Vice News released a segment on the far-right protests from soccer hooligans, as they're called, in Germany. So a full link is going to be in the description box below when this is on YouTube. I recommend watching the whole thing, but let's go ahead and take a look at a piece of it.
Wir wollen keine Salafisten-Schweine! Fickt euch! Hooligan Deutschland! Hooligan Deutschland! Hooligan Deutschland! Hooligan Deutschland!
On the last Sunday in October, 5,000 football hooligans and far-right thugs from all over Germany descended on Cologne under the banner Hooligans Against Salafists.
Wir wollen überhaupt gar keinen Stress. Die Bullen haben da provoziert, verstehst du? So, die provozieren uns, weil wir Hooligans sind. Und die wollen das in das rechte Licht führen, verstehst du? Damit unsere Veranstaltung jetzt einfach für den Arsch geht. Weißt du? Und das ist das Problem.
Irgendwelche Leute, die verletzt waren, die am Boden lagen, haben sie nicht die Möglichkeit gegeben, sich die Augen auszuwaschen oder irgendwas anderes. Haben weiter draufgehauen, weiter reingesprüht und
war das
naja.
Der versprochene friedliche Protest? Oder
bitte?
Was jetzt der versprochene friedliche Protest gegen Salafisten?
Ja, bist du von der linken Partei oder was?
Das ist mal eine Frage.
From the start of the demo, the violence had not only been directed at the police, but also at the journalists trying to cover it.
Die Leute hier wollen nicht, dass wir filmen, deswegen filmen wir sie nicht. Wir filmen nicht und sagen, dass hier die Leute extrem aggressiv sind und nicht wollen, dass wir sie filmen.
Ja genau, sag das, extrem aggressiv und so, ja?
Ja. Zum Beispiel, die wollen uns jetzt hier verdrängen, aber gut.
Das ist scheißegal, Junge, interessiert mich nicht.
Ja, sehr gut. Also,
so eine scheiß linke Presse wie ihr könnt die Fresse halten. Ja, wollen wir hier nicht.
The violence and open racism at the demonstration has sent shockwaves through Germany. While the media is still trying to make sense of the who and why, far-right groups from all over Germany have expressed their support. Meanwhile, follow-up demonstrations announced for Hamburg and Berlin have been cancelled by the organizers. But the fact that it took off at all is a powerful indicator that the fear of radical Islamism in Germany is beginning to drive people into the arms of radicals.
So this is a really interesting situation, and if you take a look at the whole video, which again I recommend, you'll see that it's not like the people that they're protesting are angels, because this specific group, the Salafist sect of Islam, that there's some of them in Germany, like, they're not fucking around either. They're pretty extreme. They have the leader who they talk to on camera, and the leader basically says, you know, not only fuck you to the Neo-Fascists, but also fuck you to all kind of Western society, essentially. In fact, he gets together with his buddies, and he walks around wearing, you know, jackets that say Sharia police on the back, and they go around trying to enforce Sharia against people in a supposedly free country. So it's not like the people that they're protesting are necessarily good guys. But then again, like we discussed yesterday, there was another protest in Dresden, an anti-immigrant protest in Dresden, but the Muslim population in Dresden is 0.5%. They were protesting Muslims. They called it the anti-Islamization protest. Only 0.5% of the population was Muslim. So that doesn't make any sense to protest them. There's like 6 dudes. And again, for the people that they're protesting, yeah, they're unsavory. Yeah, they're very conservative in their beliefs, and they're more or less in favor of a theocracy. But look at the picture in its totality here. What you have is Muslim extremists are being protested by neo-fascist extremists. Okay, that's not better. Like, to all the neo-fascist thugs out there, you're not better. You're just as bad. Okay? It's this idea of flipping the repression. Like, these guys, we don't want to live under an Islamic state. We don't want to be repressed. Okay, but if you were in charge, you clearly would repress because you just fucking did it on camera. You said fucking liberal press can shut the fuck up. You threatened them. The other guy called somebody, a reporter, a faggot because he dared to ask him a question about, I thought you said this was going to be peaceful, and you guys started throwing bottles. He's like, oh yeah, liberal press, faggot. So you guys believe in censorship. You guys believe in ridiculous rigid rules. You guys are an extremely far right-wing government. You actually agree with the people you're protesting a hell of a lot more than any of the liberals agree with them. So it's just, again, this comes back to the point that we made in the last segment. Whenever there's political turmoil, economic turmoil, whenever there's psychological problems in individuals, they inevitably turn towards radicalism, whether it be Muslim extremism, Muslim fundamentalism, Christian fundamentalism, and like we showed with the KKK, with the U.S. military vets who joined the KKK in the last segment, or neo-fascist fundamentalism. Look, this is a scary, scary thing, man, because we know what happened last time in Germany when a movement similar to this gained some traction. And what's happening is you have right-wing parties throughout Europe who are uniting and becoming stronger because they're exploiting fears of Muslims and Islamization of free societies. But again, the problem is it's not like the right-wing parties that are protesting really are in favor of freedom. No, they're not. They're also part of the problem. So don't become a Muslim fundamentalist and don't become a fascist fundamentalist. Stick with true moderation and centrism, or stick with the, social democratic parties, the progressive parties, the liberal parties.